Now let's get some rapid-fire response from our panel on these stories tonight. The conservative Christian group, the American Family Association, says the United States government is more dangerous than Al-Qaeda and Timothy McVeigh. And it's gut check time for the president and the Democrats on immigration reform. And Shooter's up to his old tricks. Now that the former vice president says the best thing he's done is telling a United States senator to bleep himself. With us tonight, two nationally syndicated radio talk show hosts of the flock, Stephanie Miller and, of course, Bill Press. Who says we need righties on this show, huh?
All right. Hi, Steph.
We can gang up on them now, can't we?
Let's go.
All right. Well, first of all, what do you make of this Christian group, Stephanie? Who is this outfit?
Isn't it amazing, Ed, the people calling themselves Christian in this country today? I mean, it really, how do you even vaguely make that association that government, they mean government by Obama, is as bad as Al-Qaeda? I mean, you know, you could make the argument that, you know, George Bush's government, who, you know, killed 4,000 Americans unnecessarily in Iraq, who missed 9/11 on his watch, who responded to Hurricane Katrina disastrously, you know, he was pretty disastrous for Americans, in my opinion. But no one on the left ever said that, did we?
Here's what Elijah Friedman for the American Family Association had to say. If a radical homegrown terrorist group attacked the United States following after the example of Timothy McVeigh in Oklahoma City, it would be horrible, outrageous. If Al-Qaeda managed to attack us again, killing thousands of people, the nation would be devastated, saddened, and enraged. However, neither of these terrible events would affect the existence of America. Big government, on the other hand, is set on destroying the individual on which America is built. Bill Press, your response.
You know, there's so much wrong with this, I don't know where to start at. But first of all, let me just say, and Stephanie alluded to this, imagine if somebody on the left had said something like that. I mean, the right-wingers would be demanding we call out the Marines, you know, to go after these people. I mean, I think this is really sedition. And what I wonder is, where are the responsible conservative voices, if there are any left, who are going to stand up and say, this is just going too far? And may I point out that the biggest expansion of federal government in our lifetime has been George W. Bush, Medicare Part D. Where were all these voices then? Well, is it just because Obama's black that they're upset now?
The biggest expansion of government was the development of the Department of Homeland Security. Yeah, that was the biggest expansion of government ever. Okay, let's talk about illegal immigration, immigration reform. Bill, what does the president have to do now that just hours ago the Arizona governor has turned it into law?
Well, I got to tell you, we talked about this at the White House this morning with Robert Gibbs. There's no doubt about it that this Arizona law means that immigration reform has leapfrogged ahead of climate change and global warming in terms of a priority for the White House. They know they've got to move, and the president has also told the Attorney General he wants him to check into the constitutionality of this law and whether or not it violates the civil rights of other Arizonans who happen to be American citizens, but also happen to have brown skin.
Stephanie, this really opens up the door for the Democrats to secure the Latino vote.
Well, I mean, absolutely. We call it the Zeke Heil law on our radio show, Ed, because may I see your papers? Are you kidding me? In the year 2010, this is beyond mean-spirited, Ed. And what we really need is, you know, a comprehensive immigration reform, the kind that John McCain used to have his name on and doesn't remember now. But, you know, like you've been saying, Ed, you're dead right. We got to secure the border, but you got to give amnesty to a bunch of people, a path to citizenship. Like, by the way, Reagan did, all those teabaggers that are holding the Reagan signs up. You might want to remember that.
Stephanie, where's your audience on immigration reform? And I want to ask you the same thing, Bill. What are your callers saying?
Well, just what I said, Ed, that I think we have to have a comprehensive immigration reform. All the people, Ed, that were screaming about amnesty the last time, you gave amnesty to all those millions of illegals last time by not doing anything and not passing McCain-Kennedy. So we have got to do it this time.
Any Republicans going to come on board, Bill? And what are your callers saying?
Well, I'll tell you what my callers are saying. We've got to secure the border. We've got to enforce the law. And we also have to do something to make it possible for those people who are here and have been here for years and have families and have jobs and are paying taxes to get on the path to citizenship. You know what? The Republican, I think Lindsey Graham is taking the lead on this.
You think there'll be any Republicans that'll help out here? I mean, there was 11 that voted the last time. What about this time?
Yeah, I don't know. Because right now, Ed, you know, they're in the mode to, if Obama's for it, they're against it. So I wouldn't be surprised if they go south on this.
And how much does Harry Reid have to do with being in political trouble when 26% of his population is Hispanic in Nevada? What do you think, Stephanie?
Well, he is running against someone that thinks you can use a chicken to pay for your health care, so, which is clucking ridiculous, isn't it?
Speaking of the ING words that are out there, what about Dick Cheney saying it's one of the best things he ever did when he laid it on Patrick Leahy on the Senate floor?
Well, you know what I think of Cheney, Ed. I think that the best thing that could have ever happened is if The Hague would tell him to blank himself.
You know what, Ed? Here's what gets me is, imagine when he tells his grandkids, right? Well, Granddad, what are you really proud of?
Yeah.
I'm proud that
Yeah.
I went on the Senate floor and told a United States Senator to commit the impossible act. But frankly, Ed, I thought that shooting his friend in the face was the best thing he ever did.
It certainly was for us on Talk Radio, wasn't it?
You bet.
Stephanie Miller, Bill Press, great to have you with us tonight. Thanks so
All right,
much.
guys.